Hello, my friends. Welcome in. It's been a minute. So we're going to do a January and February review, probably a little bit shorter, and we have some things to talk about. So let's get right to it. One of the first things I want to ask you for help on is if you know of any companies that are ideally based in the EU or UK that do merch. I would like to do at some point this year, maybe when we hit 5,000 subscribers or something, to put out some sort of merch. If I find companies that are based in America, the shipping is going to be astronomical, right? Like it can cost $20 to ship a t-shirt from the United States to not the United States. So that's insane, and no one's going to do that. My biggest concerns is I want high quality. Obviously, I would have to figure out how to get a design on it because I don't have any designs. So maybe we run a contest or something like that. I don't believe in doing things for exposure for artists. I believe in paying artists because obviously I'm a creator. And so if folks are going to be willing to pay me as a creator, then I need to be willing to pay other creators. I'm never going to do anything for exposure. But should we run a contest, like a design contest for like a mug or a scarf or a shirt or whatever, but I think the easiest thing is going to be have something based not on my side of the Atlantic Ocean so that it's easier to ship. Because again, when we look at the demographics here, it's going to show like a majority of my viewer base is EU, UK based. So why pay shipping across from the United States to there, right? That makes sense, where you could have it there and shipped for much cheaper. So if you know of any high quality companies, like what I don't want to do is associate myself with like a really crappy feeling t-shirt with a cool design. Cause then you go like, well, I don't really feel like I wouldn't want to wear this cause it like irritates my neck or whatever. I want like high quality stuff. If I'm going to do a mug or something like that in the future, I want it to be a mug that people are like, hey, it didn't fade in the dishwasher like on this first time. Right. And so being able to control that quality is a big deal to me. So I'd love your help with that. Oh, and also like if that would be something you'd be interested in, because right, like if going through all this effort is going to result in like $3, it's probably not. If the juice isn't worth the squeeze and like finding a vendor and all that kind of stuff, then it probably just makes more sense for me to focus on creating content that people like and hoping that people will pledge on Patreon and stuff like that. So let me know about that. At the time of this recording, we have 45 patrons supporting the channel, which is absolutely like unbelievable, mind-blowing. Thank you for your support. It is really crazy. And we're currently, at the time of recording, at 4,784 subscribers. So we're closing in on 5,000. I bumped up my Patreon goal to 50 supporters by the end of April, I think, because I had 40 by the end of March. We blew that out of the water. So for those of you that are supporting the channel, either by watching and liking and commenting or ads or from a Patreon standpoint, I really appreciate it. It means a ton. As you can see, things have picked up in February. I don't know if this is exactly the split, but you would assume it's somewhere in here. And that's because we've got now 3 series going, right? So the experiment series is where you're seeing like the spikes, because that tends to get more views. Then the we're like 7 by now, the time you're seeing the 79-ish episodes into the Cabinteely Ireland save, and we're, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that into the San Francisco City save, which doesn't get as much views, but that's okay. I like it, and it's very relevant to me because it's in the United States, so I'm going to keep focusing on it, and I'm having a good time. But I think the nice thing that we've got as of, today's episode, I think that you're seeing in the Ireland save is we've got the international management to go with it. So we kind of get to see both sides. The experiment series has driven up view duration quite significantly because those are 40+ minute videos and people are watching a good chunk of them. But yeah, so that's, I'm not going to go into as much detail as I used to. You can kind of see the experiment is dominating the top 8 of the most watched time of the last 2 months, and then American Rescue episode 1 with kind of resetting that with San Francisco City, and then Building a Nation. That's interesting. Apparently something happened in episode 47 that people found very fascinating, or maybe it was a clickbait title. I don't try and do that, but we got 38% of folks from UK, 22 from US, and then Ireland coming in strong. Obviously we're going to save in Ireland. What else can I show you? Because I always forget what I can and cannot show you. Playback locations? Is that the devices? No, that's where in YouTube it is. This always blows my mind that there are 32% of watch minutes, 41% of views are on mobile phones. That is so crazy. So I hope I continue. I've gotten feedback from you all that you think I do a pretty good job of like talking through what you're seeing. So sometimes if you can't look at the screen or if it's like really, really itty bitty, maybe you're hearing it that way. And also that 5.5% are on TV or game consoles, which I'm like, that's just crazy to me. I think I'm on someone's TV. Let's see what else I can show you. This is your average view duration of a 7-day rolling total, which I think is more of an average, even though it doesn't say average. That's really what they mean because it's not totaling up all the minutes. But as you can see, it's kind of been right about 12 minutes, 12, 11, right? The percentage viewed is important. That's actually dropped a little bit recently. It was a little bit higher, I think, at the beginning because of the experiment series, but I think people were kind of clicking through that a little bit faster these days. So maybe I need to change something up with that. Because ideally you want to keep this average percentage viewed 40% or higher. Like if it's 50%, you are absolutely crushing it. I don't think my channel's ever had 50%. You know, comments are up because we've had a ton of comments from the experiment series where people are like, what about this? How can you show me that? And all that kind of stuff. Same thing with the number of likes. So if you continue to like it, it means a ton. I was a little worried about the subscriber base, to be honest with you. And then it kind of spiked with the new experiment series. So I think that makes sense. Like it'd been a couple months since I started a new series. Now we've got that going. You know, things are going along. So yeah. So yeah, a little bit shorter today. Things are going well. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time with creating content. We got a lot of good stuff going on in the comments and all that kind of stuff. Again, patrons, I really appreciate you. People who like and watch ads, I really appreciate you. I'd love to at some point in the future, if we had enough support to be able to like knock the ads off. I just don't think that's really realistic. And I've had people in the past say like, I'd love to support you on Patreon, but I can't, so I'll watch ads. So, you know, we kind of have to kind of balance that. But that's what happened in January and February. I don't know if I'm going to put one of these out every single month. I don't know if there's enough to cover that's significantly different. It is kind of cool if we come up here and we look at lifetime. I guess this is how we'll end it. 5.6 million minutes of watch time. And we're closing in on, you know, are we really closing in on? We're at 675,000 views. So we're making headway, I guess is how we'll say it, towards 1 million views. So gonna keep plugging away, and this is good, right? Like this is a good sign, this general indicator that average view duration is going up. I wonder what it looks like if you go last 365. Okay, general theme is it's on its way up, and again, I'm thinking that's mostly the experiment, but maybe not. Maybe there's some other things because I have had longer episodes of the Ireland save as well. So anyway, that's a lot to show you, and if you got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you again for your support. Have a good one.